Today, we're going to discuss a quote by Melba Cosgrove. Be brave enough to accept the help of others. What an interesting phrase. Be brave enough to accept the help of others. She didn't say be open enough. She didn't say be willing enough. She didn't say be humble enough. But she specifically chose the word brave. And I think that's what impacted me so much about that quote. I'd never looked at it from that perspective before. Why would I have to be brave to accept the help of someone? Well, let me turn it around and ask you the question. When someone offers you help, do you, without question, accept that help? Or do you often say, no, that's okay, I can do it? Whether it's on a project at work, whether it's with getting your groceries into or out of the car, anything that somebody offers you help on, what's your normal response? Some people accept help willingly. They have no problem with it. Others fight it at every turn. I was one of those people who used to fight it at every turn. When I looked at it from the perspective of being brave enough, I started to question, what did I fear? I found there were a few things. One, there was the realm of fearing that I would look weak to people. That if someone else had to help me do something, then that meant I wasn't capable of doing it myself. A totally different perspective was the fear that if I let someone else help me, they wouldn't do it right. And I'd have to do it again anyways, and I would fail. Another perspective was if I let someone help me, they may show me up. They may do better than I ever would have done on my own, and then I failed again. There was a lot of fear running around with my saying no when someone offered help. Now, early on in my life, saying no was a huge developmental tool for me. When I lost my leg, people were trying to do everything for me. They were trying to take care of me and weren't allowing me to do things on my own. So I drew a line in the sand and I said, no, I will be self-sufficient. I will be independent. And I found ways to do things that other people said wasn't possible. I lettered in high school wrestling. I lettered in high school football. I was the first known licensed amputee motorcyclist. I think I may have discussed these things before. That drive to not let people help me, to find a way, was a beautiful thing. But it also got to a point where it was very detrimental because I became so self-sufficient. I robbed myself of the opportunities for teamwork, becoming part of a team, working on things together. I robbed myself of relationships that could have blossomed through that teamwork. And also, as a friend of mine pointed out, I became a very selfish bastard. And when he said that, I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Because I felt that I was one of the most giving people around. I had found ways to do all these things, so when people needed help, I was more than willing to help them out. But God forbid, somebody offered me help. No, I got it covered. And he pointed out to me, he goes, how do you feel when you're able to help somebody do something? Even if they could have done it by themselves, how do you feel when you're able to help? Well, of course, it makes me feel good. Okay. Then why are you robbing someone else of that same great feeling that you love to feel so much? I had to look at it. I couldn't come up with an intelligent answer other than I was being selfish. Melba's quote helped me look at it from a different point. I was actually being scared. I was scared that if someone else saw a person helping me with my groceries or helping me do something, they would think, oh, there's that poor guy. He can't do it on his own. It was a fear of how I'd be perceived. Big part again was that fear of people couldn't do it the way I needed it done. Totally wrong. I've learned since then that some of the greatest friendships that I've had and the greatest relationships I've developed have been because I said yes when somebody offered help. I've learned so much about them, myself, my abilities, their abilities, opened me up to new possibilities just because I was brave enough to face that fear and step outside of my comfort zone. I still don't do it all the time. You know, I can be at the grocery store. That seems to be the biggest place where people offer help because they see a guy on crutches carrying these bags and people offer to help. And I'll say, no, I'm okay. I'm good. But I've definitely changed the percentage of how often I do that. So why is this important to you? It may or it may not be. You won't know until you actually become aware of if you're accepting help or not. So for the next week, I'd like you to become super sensitive to how you react and how you respond when people do offer you help. Whether it's simply offering to open a door for you. Do you have to be the one who ends up opening the door? No, let me get it for you. Or do you allow them and say thank you graciously and walk through? When it comes to a project at work, do you accept help that's offered to you or do you have to do it yourself? The first part is becoming super sensitive to it. The second part is I'd like you to, at the end of the day, journal about it. Look at it. Become aware of why you said yes, how it felt, why you said no, how it felt. Where could you have accepted help that you turned it down? Where could you have offered help? It's a very, very interesting experience when you start to recognize that fear is preventing you from a whole new experience that you could have had with this person and this specific project. So again, for the next 7 days, be super sensitive to when you accept and reject help. And then at the end of the day, do your best to make some journal entries. Think about it again and ask yourself, what was I scared of? Where could I have been more brave? I look forward to your feedback on this. I look forward to hearing what you learn about yourself. I look forward to sharing time with you again soon. Take care. For a transcription of the video you just watched, more videos, and related articles, visit yourdailylifecoach.com. To comment on this video, select Discussion Forums on any page of our website.